Hi, it's Hani here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this recipe video, we're going to prepare delicious apricot semolina muffins. Have you tried using semolina in your muffin recipe? If you haven't, you might be in for a really pleasant surprise. Semolina contributes to a chewier crumb with a really nice, subtle, nutty flavor, and it also lends this beautiful golden color. So your muffins are really visually appealing. So let's get started. For these, I'm using apricots, but you can use any number of different fruits from raspberries, apples, strawberries, blueberries, red currant, and so on. So you want to wash the fruit. In this case, with the apricots, I'm going to slice these into smaller wedges, and we're going to toss the fruit with a sugar mixture. I like to use brown sugar and cinnamon. Now, if you're using different fruits, like cinnamon doesn't always go with all the fruit. So with apples, yes, cinnamon goes well. You could even add other spices. But let's say with strawberries, I would probably add maybe lemon zest or something like that, or orange zest would be nice as well. Although I personally think cinnamon is good with everything. I love it so much. So you want to toast the fruit and you can then set it aside. It's going to release some juices, which is great. We can use those to include those in the muffin pan. So don't worry about that. Now we're going to prepare the batter. Batter consists of 3 eggs. We need to separate these. I'm going to start with the butter portion of this batter. So you want to beat unsalted butter at room temperature with half of the sugar. The other half we're going to use for the meringue. And you want to beat it for about 2-3 minutes, and then we can add the egg yolks. You want to add the egg yolks gradually, not all at once. And again, also your eggs should be at room temperature. Very important that all the ingredients are at room temperature. To flavor the batter, I'm going to be using lemon zest and also vanilla extract. Now, if you don't have lemon zest, you can also use lemon flavoring. I think that would be really nice. And also, I think almond would be very nice as well, because almond and apricot, it's a nice combination. So you can experiment a little bit with different flavors if you'd like to. And for those of you who prefer printed recipe, you can find that on my blog, hanielas.com, and the link is in the description box under the video. So now that our butter-based batter is finished, we can focus on the meringue. So here I've got 3 egg whites. I'm adding a little bit of cream of tartar. If you don't have cream of tartar, you can also use a lemon juice or vinegar. It's going to help loosen protein chains, and you will be able to beat in more air into the meringue. You want to add sugar and then beat everything until you have a nice, glossy, shiny, thick meringue. Now for the dry ingredients, we need all-purpose flour, baking powder, salt, and semolina. Now this is durum wheat semolina. This is not corn, although they look similar. So make sure you get the correct thing if you're making these. Now I'm going to start with the flour. The mixture is going to get really thick, and then we're going to make it a bit lighter with some meringue. Now don't add everything at once. You want to do this in steps and gradually fold that meringue in, and you'll notice that the batter is getting a bit lighter and lighter. However, it will never reach the sponge cake consistency. So it will be a denser batter, but it will be lighter than it was in the beginning. So just make sure that you are not whisking it or really vigorously stirring it. You want to fold that in to lighten that batter. At this point, you should also have your oven preheated to 350 degrees of Fahrenheit, which is about 180 degrees of Celsius. And also, since I'm using a muffin pan, I decided to line the muffin pan just for the ease of the cleanup. So you want to line your muffin pan with some cupcake liners. And to fill the pan, I am going to use an ice cream scoop. You need about 3 to 5 tablespoons of batter in the muffin pan. It's going to rise a little bit, and then we also need some room for the fruit that we will be adding on the top. However, I can imagine you could also add the fruit in the batter, but I'm adding it on the top along with the juices. I'm gonna smooth the top a little bit. I'm just wetting the back of the spoon in some water, and then we can go ahead and grab that bowl with the fruit and evenly distribute that among the muffins. Now there is gonna be some juice released from the fruit, so don't worry too much about it. Just add some of that juice in there, and it's going to make things even more delicious. I'm gonna bake it for about 15 to 18 minutes depending on the oven. You want to insert a toothpick in the muffin, and if it comes out clean, it's ready. Let the muffins cool in the muffin pan for about 2 minutes or so, and then you can remove them and transfer them onto a cooling rag, and you can cool these completely. These keep at room temperature for up to 3 days or so, in the fridge for 5 days. I would heat them up or let them come to room temperature before serving. You can also freeze them. They're so delicious. Oh, yummy. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Let me know if you tried. I love to hear what you think. Thank you so much for watching. And those of you who are new to my YouTube channel, consider signing up or subscribing and hit the notification bell button so you get notified about my new uploads. And I will see you next time.